What is going on, awesome peeps? Brent McCluskey here with Electrified Reviews, and today we are reviewing the Lectric XP Step-Thru electric bike. This is the second bike we have reviewed from Lectric Bikes. These are great machines at an incredible price. Excited to dive into the specs on this, but first, let's roll the B-roll. All right, awesome peeps. Again, this is the Lectric XP Step-Thru electric bike. This is the second bike we have reviewed from Lectric. We reviewed their other one, the Standover. Pretty much the same as this. It's just the frame is a little bit different design, but the specs and the components are pretty much exactly the same. This one right here starts for $9.99 USD. Right now it's on sale for $8.99, which is really an incredible price point for what you're getting here. It's quite a bit lower than most of the competition. And I think the reason for that is this company, Lectric, only offers two models. They offer the Step-Thru and the standard, the Standover frame. So basically same bike, just different frames. And I think because they only have those two options, they're able to pass the savings on the consumer, which is really, really good. Now this bike also has a 1-year comprehensive warranty, which is also, again, really impressive for the price point here of $8.90. Well, let's just call it $9.99 because maybe when you guys are watching this, the sale is over, so we'll stick with $9.99 for the price here. But even for that price of $9.99, having a 1-year warranty, comprehensive warranty, is really, really good. So I very much appreciate that. Also, something to note here is for assembly, this bike comes about 99% put together. All you have to do is fill up the tires with some air and then put the handlebars into the stem. And that's it. That's the only thing you have to do. Everything else comes in 100% assembled. So that's very, very cool. You just pull out of the box, put the handlebar stem in, fill the tires up with air, and you're ready to ride. Very, very cool. Motor back here is going to be a 500 watt hub motor, geared hub motor, about 750 watts of peak power. Brings this bike up to a top speed of about 20 miles per hour out of the box. But if you unlock it, we got it up to about 24 miles per hour with the throttle only. So you can reach that top speed with the throttle here or with the cadence sensing pedal assist down here. Now the cadence sensing pedal assist on this bike, as with all cadence sensors, there is latency here from the time that you start and stop pedaling to the time the motor actually activates and deactivates. No big deal. Just kind of how cadence sensors work. You can overcome that latency if you need to with the throttle because it is live from 0 miles per hour. So you can be at a stoplight, you can be at a crosswalk, you can just hit the gas and that thing it'll just take off. So that is great. The battery here is going to be a 48 volt, 10.4 amp hour battery hidden inside the main frame right here. So it is locking and it is removable. So if you want to, you can take it out and charge it separately from the bike. You're gonna get a max range of about 45 miles or so, just depending on how you ride this bike. It's of course gonna depend on do you have a headwind? How much do you weigh? How much are you pedaling? What level of pedal assist you're in? It's just like a car. If you think about that, however you drive a car is how many miles per gallon you get. Kind of the same thing with, max range for electric bikes or any electric vehicle. It's based on like ideal conditions, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. Real world, you're probably going to get maybe around half, if you're going full throttle all the time. So yeah, just something to kind of be aware of here. Now, something interesting about this is you might be able to see right here, the key is actually in the keyhole right now. And this is like a prototype, I believe. The final version might be a little bit different, but this one right here, you do have to have the key in and kind of turned like that in order for the electrical system to be powered on. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something in the final version. Not really a fan of that, but that's how it is. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's up with that. Also, I want to show you guys here on this side, you can charge the battery while it's in the frame. There's a little hole right here. There's a little rubber grommet that kind of covers this. This grommet doesn't really stay in place. As you can see, it just kind of pops out. But Again, prototype here, final version might be a little bit better, but you can charge this thing right there with the battery in the frame. And then if this does work, that grommet is going to help to keep dirt and dust out of that little compartment, keep that battery free of dirt and grime. You know, over the years, you want to keep that clean. You don't want dust and stuff kind of getting in there. For the derailleur, we're going to have a Shimano Tourney 7-speed in the back here. Another entry-level component, and most of the components here are going to be pretty entry-level because this is going to be considered an entry-level bike, and that makes sense. At the price point of $999, that's an entry-level price point. But I do want to say again that for an entry-level bike, the fit and finish on this is really, really good. These guys do a fantastic job of just kind of getting all the little details right. So yet another thing I do appreciate about Lectric. Now, again, talking about those little details, you'll notice right here, that little steel derailleur cage, this little piece, that's very handy. It's just going to help protect the derailleur in case of, like, if the bike falls over, it's going to help to keep that derailleur from getting kind of nudged out of place, getting out of whack, and you have to adjust it. So nice little piece, doesn't cost a lot, but it does make a big difference. Another small detail, but it does matter. This chain ring guard right here is a double-sided chain ring guard. So it's plastic. It's not going to really help protect the teeth if you get a strike, but it does help keep that chain locked in place. So this chain is really not going to derail towards the inside or the outside. And that's a great thing because who wants to stop riding to fix a derailment? That's kind of a pain. For brakes on this bike, oh, actually, let me show you real quick. Up here on the top, we're going to have a Shimano SIS Index thumb shifter. Not my favorite, you guys know that. But again, you know, $999, that's not a big deal. If you want, you can always swap this out for trigger shifters afterwards for just, you know, not too much money. It's up to you guys. This works perfectly fine. Just for me, it's kind of a pain because you do have to move your entire grip on your handlebars in order to access that. So, yeah. Now for the brakes, it's going to be mechanical disc brakes, Tektro 160 millimeter rotors in the front and the rear. Pretty good stopping power on this, even though they're just mechanical brakes. And one of the reasons for that is because this bike came pretty much 100% assembled from the factory. So this thing's already tuned before you get it. So the brakes are going to be tuned pretty much to perfection. And that's, again, a benefit of having a company that ships out their bikes pretty much 100% assembled. So very, very cool stuff right here. You're going to see it does have solid forks in the front, no suspension, no rear suspension. There is kind of this like little seat post or saddle suspension, these little rubber kind of bumpers right there. It adds a little bit of cush, but not a lot. The tires, because they're fat tires, 4 inches wide, these do offer some suspension quality, so that does also help to kind of smooth out the ride a little bit, but this is going to be a bumpier ride than something with suspension. That's just the name of the game. There is a front headlight here. It's actually decently bright. Pretty good job on that. Does come with fenders, front and rear. And again, the fenders were already assembled. They were already put on, and that's kind of like sometimes they're kind of difficult to put the fenders on to get them to fit just right when you have to do it yourself. So again, just a really big bonus, I think, in my opinion. This thing comes pretty much fully assembled. I like that. It does also come with a rear rack. You can stow stuff on this, throw groceries on it, throw some saddlebags on it, maybe even throw a passenger on it if you're daring enough, whatever. It has like a little spring tension right here. Sweet little gig. Also, I'm actually going to turn on the electrical system just so you can see the headlights really quick and the tail light. Power button plus. Okay. That's what the front headlight looks like. It's difficult to tell how bright it is on camera in the daylight, but it is pretty bright. I'm actually pretty happy with that headlight. And it does come with a tail light as well. Not super bright, but it does help to increase your visibility just for safety when you're riding in low light or no light conditions. It helps other people to see you, and that's important. So I'm also going to show you guys how to fold this e-bike right here. Pretty easy to get this thing folded up. There's a latch here on the other side. All you have to do is undo the latch, fold the frame. Before I do that though, I want to show you guys what I was talking about with the approachability of Step-Thru. So compared to like a high step bike where you have to kind of swing your leg over to get mounted onto the bike and actually start riding, with Step-Thrus you can just, you can step through the frame. Obviously that's why they're called Step-Thrus, but it just, for like if you have lower back problems, knee problems, or just if you want that like I was talking about, that feeling of stability, like being able to put your feet flat on the ground while you're at a stop. Step-throughs are really the ideal solution for that, and that's where these frames excel. One thing I want to add real quick though is that with step-throughs, like, the frames are never going to be quite as strong as a traditional step over with the dual kind of like half diamond shape. So you can take this off-road for sure, light trails. Should you be doing jumps, like crazy downhill stuff? Not really, not with any step-through frame. Just something to keep in mind. Also, this piece right here is called a gusset, and it also doubles as a handle, so you can pick up the bike like this. So nice little trick. Not everyone knows that, but they double as a handle to kind of move the bike around. So kind of cool. Okay, back to folding it. To fold this thing under the latch right here, you're going to grab both brakes, swing this over like this. Before you finish, we're just gonna move this down, go like that, push these together, and that's it. Voila. So it's able to rest on this little metal bracket right here, so it's not actually resting on the chain ring. Also, nice little piece of gear here. You know, not a very expensive piece, but it does help to protect the chain ring so you're not resting it on the teeth there and kind of bending them up when you have this bike folded and left unattended. So to unfold, same thing, just in reverse. We're gonna flip this frame back out, bring the handlebars up, twist them back around, cinch that up, lock this, and that's good to go. So it's always easier to unfold than it is to fold them up. Sometimes in the beginning when you first get the folders, they're going to be kind of stiff, so you know, it is what it is. But 15 seconds or so all in all, pretty easy to fold and unfold. There you go. For the display itself, to turn it on, it's going to be a long press of the power button right here. You just hold that down. It's going to bring this electrical system to life. This is a really good display. I like Lectric's displays here. You can see them easily in direct sunlight. It's not a big deal at all. It's grayscale. And if you want to switch through the different modes here, you're just going to press the, oh, by the way, I guess I was wrong about the people not going through the cones, but okay, it's all good. Anyways, if you go to this, back to the review here, if you want to switch through the different functions here, you can just tap the power button. Let's go to tripometer, how much volts are left, current, I don't know what that is, maybe that's watts, time, odometer, and trip A. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of stuff here. And if you guys do want to get into the settings on this display, like most displays, it's just going to be holding the up and down arrows to get that going. So let's hold that. I'm show you guys what that looks like real quick, and then we'll get back to the display. So you'll see your switches here. You can kind of cycle through the different settings. 0, 1. You're going to tap the power button or the M button right there. You'll see it goes to 2, 3, 4. There's quite a few different settings to adjust. I think it was setting 8. Yeah, setting 8 is for top speed. So out of the box, this was set to I think 32, which I believe is in kilometers per hour. I just kind of cranked it up to whatever, 84. So that's like, I don't know, 50 miles per hour, something like that. But the motor kind of winds out at 24 miles per hour top speed. So even though it says it goes faster than that, we weren't able to get it faster than 24. Back to the actual display. On the top, it's got a 10-bar battery indicator, which is great. Plenty of feedback, pretty precise for how much juice you have left right here. Current speed, nice and big, easy to read. What level of pedal assist you're in. It's 0 to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. The lights on or off right here. So again, if you want to turn that on, you're going to hold the up arrow, and you'll see that cycles off. Hold it again, it cycles on. And then down here was the kind of the area where you can switch all the different settings to see what there is. This is the best way, by the way, to see, guys, how much juice is left is the voltage. 51.6, that tells you exactly how much juice is left. So if you want a super precise reading, use that one right here. But yeah, all right, so closing thoughts here before we go for the quick ride portion is, I just want to say again that these guys do offer a lot of bang for your buck. It's going to be really hard to find another bike for $999 or especially $899 right now that's going to give you the same value as what Lectric offers, especially not just with the bike itself, but with that 1-year warranty and with an established company that's been around for a while. It's really important. So yeah, all right, we have covered this bad boy. Let's take it out for a spin. Here we go. Okay, awesome peeps. That is it for the review of the Lectric XP Step-Thru electric bike right here. In summary, again, this thing starts for $9.99, but right now it's on sale for $8.99. And even at the $9.99 price, like we talked about, it's just an incredible bargain. It's an incredible value buy, and it's just so hard for, I think, a lot of other companies to kind of match what Lectric offers at the price point with the warranties they have, the quality, the finish of their products. And I think the biggest reason for that, like we talked about again, is just because they've only got two models, man. They've got the Lectric XP Standard and then the Step-Thru right here. So they've got a really limited supply in what they offer, and I think that allows them to maybe keep their prices down. But either way, it is an incredible value buy, and this bike is going to be good for anybody who, of course, wants a folding bike because it does fold and it is compact, so it's going to be great for apartments, for small spaces, throwing in the trunk of your car. If you don't have a truck, even like an RV, or if you guys are like private pilots, if you have a plane, throwing this in the back of like a little plane would be so dope. You land and you can just cruise around on this. One of the things I really like about the Step-Thru designs, again, is just how approachable they are. It's very easy to kind of get on and off these bikes. You don't have to swing your leg over the saddle like you do on a high step. You can just step right through the frame, keep your feet flat on the ground. It's just a really approachable, easy to ride bike, and that's a big plus, I think, in my opinion. So awesome peeps, that is it for the Lectric XP Step-Thru folding fat tire electric bike review. Hope you guys dug that. Hope you're having an awesome day. If you guys have questions about this bike or any other of the reviews that we've done, I would recommend leaving a comment here, but also if you want to kind of dive in deeper, feel free to join our Discord channel. I'll leave the link to that in the description. We've also got an Instagram page if you want to check that out, a TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, pretty much all the social medias if you want to check out some of the other stuff we got going on. If not, then glad to see you guys here. Hope to see you next time. And again, have a great day. See you later. Peace.